Thank you, sir, for setting up the context. Taking the proceedings forward, I would now like to invite Dr. G.R. Chintala, Chairman NABARD, to deliver the keynote address. Dr. Chintala is the Chairman of NABARD with the effect of May 2020, and previously he was Managing Director of NAFFINS, a subsidiary of NABARD headquartered in Bangalore. Over to you, Dr. Chintala, sir.
Good morning, and wish you all very happy 75th Independence Day and Amrit Mahotsav of this country. It's a great honor for me to be here in this particular launching ceremony of the blockchain technology by Samunnati, University of Hyderabad and SEEDS FPO. And I'm very delighted to see that the technology rolling out is happening so fast. Earlier, it used to take a decade or so for most of the technologies to get rolled out, and particularly for the interest of the farmers. But today, most of the things are happening in a jiffy. Now, this blockchain technology, all of us were talking about only for the past 2 or 3 years, ever since the Bitcoin has come on the line, and subsequently everybody was looking into the merits of the blockchain as to really how migrating to that blockchain is going to give a benefit to everyone on that particular ledger. Now today, so many dignitaries have joined this particular webinar and also the launching ceremony. First of all, I'm thankful to all of them who are experts in their own way. And I am extremely thankful to Anil for inviting me to be here. As till last night, actually, I was traveling, but I thought that I should make it a point to attend it physically and address all of you, as this is the subject of concern or maybe interest of every one of us who are involved in this agriculture and also the value addition of this one. So this is a very great occasion, and that too launching this one on the great occasion of the 75th anniversary of the country is even much, much better. And I wish everything is a great kind of a time ahead. So let us just look into this thing as to really what exactly is happening with the entire technology, the ecosystem in the country as a whole. Now we had fragmented land holdings of 140 million. So the farmers number is also almost the same. And more than 86% are the small and marginal who cannot afford a great amount of a technology. Institutions are gearing up to extend the credit to most of the farmers as much as possible. Then these institutions are not the government alone. Now the government, private, quasi, semi-government, any kind of institutions are reaching the farmers to extend the credit at the most affordable rate to all of them. And FPOs are a new paradigm, having reached maybe 305 million tons and maybe gearing up to go for the next, maybe every time we make an addition of maybe another 5 or 10 million tons of food grains alone, leaving alone maybe all other products. Actually, besides this thing, actually we produce quite a lot. Now everywhere a new kind of a spirit has come, that is the collectivization as the new game that is happening all over. And we are very happy that NABARD was the one which started along with other institutions also parallelly this entire collectivization approach. And today we are having around more than 5,000 plus FPOs, and SFS is having almost the similar number. And the government of India's new scheme also has come with maybe 10,000 FPOs for a period of 4 years. All these things are bringing a kind of a new change in the collectivization effort in making the farmers realize that every investment on the farm they should not make or they need not make at a very high cost. Actually, all these things, the services can be had from a different kind of a sources. So now that is how the FPOs have proved that now by aggregation, they can have a common services, common distribution networks, common aggregation networks, common maybe insurance and so many other things. But having seen many of the FPOs all over the country, I feel that FPOs are there and they are in various stages. If you look into all the 10,000 FPOs of both SFS and NABARD put together, if you look into their maybe the skill level, their proficiency level, and also the technology competence, I think they are in the spectrum from A to Z. Actually, now they are there with all the 26 letters actually attached to that. So they are not on the same page, though the concept is same, but thing is their ability to go to that level is totally different. So now, then I was looking at it because I go around the entire country and see really what exactly is breaking. There is on one side, we have a FPO like Seeds, which is doing more than 15-20 crores. And there are some other FPOs which are just languishing at 3 or 4 lakhs. So now the spectrum is wide open. And the difference between all of this thing is that is, one is the grooming, and second thing is the governance, and the third one is the market orientation, and the fourth one is the technology. So if I look into the grooming, whether the institution has been created democratically, that is the first thing. Though actually sometimes under duress also probably some groups might have been formed. And so that is one area which is a matter of concern. And the other one is with regard to the democratic governance. Actually, this is one area which one has to give a very big kind of a thing, and where even the technology also will help. Because ultimately, good governance is equivalent to the transparency. And I firmly believe, having been as the head of NABARD and seeing the entire, maybe the institutions from as a bird's eye view, which I'm having, I feel that if the technology is in place, the transparency automatically comes. That is where the fudging cannot happen and the falsification will not happen. And because of that, the transparency will come. And the transparency will enable the good governance. So that is also one area. So now the good board of directors also, if they have to be very competent, actually they need to have the tools to deliver the things which are supposed to have been delivered. And the third one is with regard to their financial ability and maybe the market centricism, because whether the groups, that FPOs that have been formed have got the market orientation. If it is not really, what are the things to be done, which we have to see. But the fourth and the most important thing, which I have seen, is the technology part. Now the technology is the real great divider between the good and the bad, and the great enabler for the good ones, which I have seen, maybe whatever be the technology they are adopting. So they are trying to do that absolutely, that there will be seamless kind of a transactions should happen, and the technology should be open for the audit. So this is what is happening in the normal course, but thing is, ever since the blockchain technology has come on the anvil, now this is a ledger which cannot be compromised. Nobody can interfere with that, and nobody can do any kind of a additions or deletions, or nobody can do any falsification. Only they can add maybe any further information. And at the same time, this ledger is available across the world, wherever you want to track. And so that people will be able to just look into it as to really what exactly is happening with an X product which they are buying or maybe selling, whatever is happening. So now, having seen this blockchain from a close quarter, I feel that now the time has come for all of us to go into that kind of an integration of the technology. Now this technology is nothing but blockchain technology, which is going to be rolled out. If I perceive whatever I know, that this technology is going to be a kind of a game changer, and it is a kind of a uniform tube actually, on which maybe the input supplier, the farmer, the input supplier, the pesticide, then the fertilizer suppliers, then the credit suppliers, insurance people, then subsequently the logistics people, maybe the equipment hirers, and also the maybe the village level aggregators, maybe the primary, middle, and the top level aggregators, the processors, exporters, warehouse managers, then the go down specialists, and maybe a plethora of people can just enter onto this platform, and everybody can get the benefit out of it the way actually they can log into it. So now that the biggest beneficiary of this one is the farmer who is being a member of this FPO, as he need not go anywhere, or the FPO as such need not go anywhere. The moment the data is inputted on this blockchain, then it is very easy for them to submit all the returns which they are supposed to file every quarterly, monthly, depending on their periodicity. And also that the people who want to know really who is producing what, and what kind of a quality controls which they are having, and what kind of a requirements actually this fellow is looking at, And in case if he's already got, thinking whether he can really get it maybe across in a shorter span of time. And ultimately the money has to be transferred from the buyer to the seller in a kind of a non-compromisable way, because there should not be any cuts. I think all these things can happen the moment that everybody is logged into this blockchain. And in case if the farmer feels, because I know I was from the area where the tobacco used to get exported quite a lot from Guntur district, and now also chilies and others. And there earlier farmers used to felt cheated because the procurer used to procure the things at a maybe a promised high cost, and ultimately that they never used to pay the money for 2 or 3 years, and the farmers were at a loss. So now actually all these things can really get arrested, because a buyer or a processor or maybe exporter, whosoever wants to procure the material, unless he really puts his money into the system and the money is delivered seamlessly to that ultimate supplier, that is the farmer, definitely this transaction will not take place. Actually, that kind of an assurance, actually, we have to get it, and this technology is going to assure such kind of a maybe things, a good practices. Ultimately, the good governing practices are nothing but maybe putting the technology which is uncompromisable, which cannot be fudged and which cannot be falsificated. And the way the people look at it, that now I should get my due share out of the entire thing. So now that is how actually I perceive what the blockchain technology is going to do for this entire thing. And putting FPOs onto the blockchain technology is a real step, really one has to really appreciate. And we are all attempting, and now that Samunati, University of Hyderabad and others, actually they started rolling out, and I hope that in the days to come, everybody would like to get the benefit out of it. And in case if that cost part of blockchain technology is also subsidized or subvented, actually that will be much better for the FPOs, so that many more can just log into this one. And also that maybe the other value-added services can be put onto this one, so that the farmer can look into as to what more things we can get it. And the other one is with regard to the advisory, because the farming is one enterprise which is adversely affected by the maybe the weather, maybe pestilence, maybe any kind of a thing that is happening in the ambience. So now, in case if this technology enables the farmer to just get access to such kind of a maybe real-time advice with regard to the weather, with regard to the pestilence, with regard to the diseases that are going to come, and with regard to the produce value markets and the volumes that are being delivered, and at the same time, really how actually he is going to get a better price from X market when compared to Y market, in case if we get that kind of a dashboard also through this technology. So now that is how we will make the farmer very profitable and resilient, and we can keep him in the farming with a better kind of a living standards. That is the ultimate goal of every one of us, and that is what this nation wishes, and that is what the institutions like NABARD and maybe everyone who is concerned wishes to have such kind of a thing. And I wish this blockchain technology and this particular rollout a very grand success, and we will also put our FPOs also onto this blockchain. Thank you once again, and wish everyone a happy 75th Independence Day, and also a great thing for this technology. Thank you.